Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced he will impose higher tariffs on South Korea, returning to the 25% level before the allies' trade deal. Trump posted a social media message this morning, insisting that Korea's legislature is not living up to its job of implementing the Korea-U.S. trade deal reached last October. In response, the Blue House held an emergency meeting, led by Policy Chief Kim Yong-bom and National Security Advisor Lee Sung-nak. After the meeting, the Blue House said in a readout that the government will relay its commitment to carry out the Korea-U.S. trade deal, while responding to the renewed tariff uncertainty in a calm manner. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced plans to raise tariffs on South Korean imports, including automobiles, from 15 back to 25. This move poses a major disruption for South Korea's auto giants Hyundai and Kia, which rely heavily on the U.S. market. The industry already faced significant challenges from earlier high tariffs, despite strong performances overseas. A sudden return to higher duties could deepen uncertainty and complicate long-term planning. Although the tariff news overnight shock caused local markets to open below Monday's close, the Kospi closed above 5,000 on Tuesday, for the first time in history, due to a sharp rise in semiconductor stocks, which are exempt from Trump's increased tariffs. Meanwhile, South Korea has inked 6 memorandums of understanding with Canadian companies as part of its bid for the Canadian Patrol submarine project valued at 60 trillion won. According to the Trade Ministry on Tuesday, the MOUs were signed during an industrial cooperation forum in Toronto on Monday local time. The two sides touched upon partnerships in future mobility sectors and sealed MOUs covering key sectors including defense, steel, AI, and rare earths. The meeting came as Canada weighs specific options including technology transfers as potential conditions in its submarine procurement. President Lee Jae-myung has pledged to correct what he calls a distorted allocation of resources in South Korean society, driven by an excessive concentration on real estate. Speaking at a cabinet meeting on Tuesday, Lee warned that the unchecked expansion of so-called unproductive real estate fuels asset bubbles. He has repeatedly warned that leaving speculative real estate investment unaddressed will drive up prices and deliver shocks to the domestic economy. Stressing the need to pursue relevant policies in a consistent and stable manner, the president made clear that he is not considering extending the suspension of the heavy capital gains tax on multiple homeowners. The tax suspension is set to expire on May 9. BTS has sold out all 41 concerts scheduled in North America and Europe as part of its World Tour ARIRANG, according to the group's agency Big Hit Music on Tuesday. The North American shows will kick off on April 25 in Tampa, with additional performances added in Tampa, Stanford, and Las Vegas due to overwhelming demand. Amid the tour's global success, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has formally requested additional concert dates in Mexico to South Korean President Lee Jae-myung. Said to be the largest world tour in K-pop history, BTS World Tour ARIRANG will begin on April 9 in Seoul, ahead of 82 performances in 34 cities. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.